What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Heel Hookers Podcast, episode 175. And we are back with another incredible review to the second PFL card of the year. Let's go.
I'm going to freak out.
Nah, fuck that. We ain't talking about it. We didn't care about it going in, paid no real attention to it. So we're here talking about UFC 314, the real shit that matters from this weekend. Absolutely incredibly stacked card going into it, and all the hype definitely delivered on the fun that we got from it coming out of it.
Hell yeah.
So much to get into. Before we do, don't forget to like and subscribe. We appreciate everyone that does. Let's fucking go. But let's get into it. Too much to get into. So much stuff. And we're going to take it from the top where we got to start. Because in the main event, Alexander Volkanovski, after a 14-month layoff, coming off losing his featherweight title to Ilia Topuria, second round knockout, 2 knockout losses in a row, 36 years old heading in. So many things on him heading into this one of, can he come back? Can he look somewhat of his old self and be able to reclaim the title again against a surging, dangerous contender in Diego Lopes, who's just been absolutely destroying everyone in the division that he's been up against. And motherfucking Volkanovski goes out there, gets it done over 5 rounds, unanimous decision. 2 judges scored the fight, 4 rounds to 1, 49-46. 1 judge gave it 48-47.
Yep.
There is so much to talk about with this fight and just all of the storylines with it. But to just start it off, how happy are you motherfuckers that Volkanovski was able to get it done and be the first man at 36 years of age, over 35, to get a title under 155 pounds and under?
I am.
My heart was so full.
Yeah.
It still is.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the only way I can describe it. I was so fucking happy watching it. Obviously, once it ended, I had no doubt in my mind that he won that fight. Just incredible. Tears of joy. So happy.
Oh, yeah, I am extremely happy for Alexander the GOAT Volkanovski. He
Alexander
the GOAT.
Is the great. Because that is obviously, one thing that I do want to for sure just bring up with this, but it's 145 pounds. Do you think that him winning this title in this fashion that he should be the greatest of all time, the GOAT at 145 pounds?
I was mainly saying to talk shit to you about you always saying Jose is and not Volk, so. But honestly, it puts him it definitely helps his case for it. It definitely helps his legacy being the first person under 155 pounds and under to capture a title after the age of 35, doing it against the next generation of contender, and just doing it in a very vintage Volk fashion where he is basically winning most of the fight, if not the whole fight, except for a couple of sequences. That is the biggest thing that it is. And I think literally it was just him getting caught, just like how he got caught in this one, in that one sequence where he's moving backwards instead of exiting out from an angle and getting hit with a big right hand. I think that was part of that's the biggest reason that Ilya was able to do it, because Ilya's pressure is able to put you against the cage and you have nowhere to go.
Yeah.
I do think it is one of those things where especially if he fights another fight, let's say it's the next fight for him is Movsar Evlev and he's able to defend it, GOAT. 100%, no shout that, no doubt in my mind he is the GOAT at that point. Right now, there's still the argument.
I get, because honestly, that's kind of how I line up honestly with it, because I know the stat that they were showing with this one of Jose Aldo 8 title fight wins. That is just UFC. It's one of those things where I feel you just have to count WEC, where it's all of those guys, the UFC didn't have those divisions at that point in time. Those guys came
from the WEC.
Exactly. So it's he got the title in WEC, defended it 3 times, got immediately gifted the UFC title upon the WEC getting bought, and then 7 consecutive title defenses, lost it to Conor, got the interim against Frankie Edgar, and then when Conor got got stripped of the title, then they promoted him to the full champion. But then when he went to go unify it with Max, the next generation of fighter, he ended up losing that. So that's where it's for me, because it's like, yeah, they say 8 title wins. It's really 11 title wins when you count WEC. So for Volk being at 7, like he still is 4 behind. But it's like they both lost to the next generation of fighter and getting knocked out, Connor and Ilya. But Volk being able to beat Diego, where Jose was not able to beat Max, that is such a big step forward. Especially, bro, 36 years old he is. Jose now is 39. When he lost to Max, what was that, fucking 8 years ago? He was like, that was still like physically in his prime when he was unable to recapture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Volk is past it and is still able to beat the next generation. Like, I agree with you. If he goes out there and beats Movsar in like a next title defense, easily the greatest fighter of all time at 145 pounds.
He was 30 years old.
Yeah, 30 years old. Like, it's like that one more against the next generation of guy that gives him like the accolades to do it, because in terms of skill, he's easily a more skillful fighter all around than Jose, although in MMA, that's not even a question. But it's like, yeah, I do think that he needs one more to really cement that for me, at least.
Because, like, yeah, with the WEC wins, like, the WEC wins for his titles is Mike Brown, Uriah Faber, and Manny Gambarian. And, like, to anyone who's, you know, is a bit more, you know, casual, hasn't like dug
or just newer
deep,
to the sport.
Yeah, or newer to the sport, any of those things. The only name really there, like, that they would latch onto is Uriah Faber, but, like, that is still a huge name.
Yeah, and yeah, he's easily right there in the mix. Like, he's so goddamn close to being able to get it done. But the fact of him being able to get it done over Diego Lopes last night, like that, it is just so impressive, because that really felt like a vintage Volk fight. Like you said, he had the one moment in the second round where, like, you know, he got dropped. Diego, like you said, landed that clean 1-2, just sent him to the floor, but he recovered. He got up. He wasn't just completely out of it. You know what I mean? And it is one of those things, because obviously, like, Ilia Topuria tactically is such a more calculated and better striker than what Diego Lopes is. Yeah. So I feel like even that is such a big factor of, like, why he was able to land that clean on Volk to get that kind of reaction. But, bro, if Volk didn't take that fight 3 months after getting knocked out by Islam and he was able to wait like 8 months or something, like, I honestly wonder how potentially different that fight was, like, or could have gone, because it's like, I really did expect that 2 knockout losses, 36 years old. If Diego goes out there and lands clean on him, he's putting Volk out. Like, I just didn't. And for him to be able to survive those shots like he did in the 4th round, that fucking uppercut that Diego bombed on his eye, that shit was nasty, man. And he was just with it the entire time. Like, a just absolutely incredible performance for Volkanovski.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Like, that's kind of the thing, is just like, how would that fight have gone if he had gone? Or even then, just like, let's not say like that. Let's say they had gone to what they were planning to do, which was Volk-Ilya rematch. What adjustments would Volk have been able to make in that time span? Because we've seen him fight Max Holloway 3 times, and he makes adjustments every single one of those fights.
Yeah.
And in the 3rd one was absolutely able to dominate him. The first 2 were fairly close. And then, like, thoroughly dominates him in the 3rd one.
Yeah, they definitely just wonder how a second fighter, you know, should, like, what could have gone with Ilya, but
but either way, just fucking beautiful. It was so good to watch. Like, it was still just scary every round, like, even though he was winning, and, like, I didn't want to get my hopes up, because I was like, bro, like, he can just get clipped, you know, it just takes that one shot. So the fact that he didn't, I was like, yeah, this is beautiful. This is great. I loved it, but I was definitely on edge the whole time, even though he was doing so good. Like,
no, yeah. And because it just showed off all of his skills, like, perfectly in this fight. The distance management, the timing were on point. Leg kicks were on point. The feints of fucking drawing reactions from Diego and just making him miss on so many big shots. Like, the amount of times that Diego was just whiffing on right hands out at range was insane.
His significant strike percent, 32%.
Yeah.
63 of 194. And then total strikes, 71 of 203.
Yeah.
Like,
it was Volk. It just, everything was fucking on point. Volk was getting me fucking nervous at times, because he was going in and exchanging with Diego, which was so fucking smart of him to do, to just, like, mix it up in those moments when it's like he's playing the point game and just landing good counter shots and all these things for so long. And then all of a sudden he goes right into Diego's face, lands 2, like 3, 4 big hooks, big right hands, you know what I mean? And then he's out. Every single time he did that, Diego is like, bet, like, and he kept on saying, like, come on. And then Volk never, like, he always got Diego into that mode, and then
never engaged more.
Exactly. Like, he always caught him off guard when Diego wasn't expecting that. Like, it was just like you said, because there were, like, obviously Diego is so dangerous and, like, still just being nervous, but, like, just as the first round was playing out, you know, and because, like, I know I said it, like, on stream, I was like, Volk is going to win this, and it's like, I know it was early, but, like, bro, just levels ahead of him, and, like...
I felt it, too, and I could see that, but like I said, there was just so much time left that I didn't want to get my hopes up just in case, but... It's still, I'm just so glad it went this way. Like, he just looked great in there. Like you said, just vintage Volk at 36 is crazy. That is just actually is like, these fights are actually interesting. You know what I mean? It's not, oh, he's old. Oh, he's washed. Oh, he's this. It's like, no, motherfucker just did it at the highest of levels at 36. Let's see what else he can do.
Bro,
like
fucking end of the first round, I'm pretty sure it was like fucking got him in the clinch, landing, like, you know, was trying to trip him out, couldn't get it, landed some shots as soon as Diego tried to defend, fucking tripped him out, just threw him to the floor and just started with the ground and pound. Like, bro, it, like, just full arsenal on display for Volkanovski in this fight. Like, it just beautiful to see, man. And because I know, like, you know, talking about in the preview where it was just like, I definitely thought that Volk was going to be going for takedowns and going for the ground and pound, you know, and like, Diego not even going, like, you know, for submissions or having the ability or anything, you know what I mean? Like, just nothing was getting lined up with that. I know, like, Volk wasn't like the most grapple heavy or anything, so, like, you know,
he went 1 for 11 on takedowns, but like, I know it wasn't like the most committed takedowns. It was more just like clinch work and shit.
But man, it crazy. I just was not expecting him to be able to show the durability to be able to have that kind of performance. You know what I mean? Because that is such a big part of it, where it's like, you look at his face afterwards, he was busted up, man. Like, I very much assumed he was taking that kind of damage and he was going down, like, at just this point in his career. But incredible, man. So fucking awesome. And for Diego, it's like super rough. You're fighting one of the greats of the sports. You know what I mean? You're 30 years old. There's no fucking shame in that. He has plenty of time to still cook in the division.
First 5-round fight too.
And one thing of like, and just, you know, seeing so many people like talk about and like showing things of like, oh, Volk's gonna smash him, and just like him getting tired, and like, you know, the fucking Movzar fight when it's his debut, took it on short notice, and the Danny Gay fight, whatever, you know, it's like,
those were the 2 most circumstantial fights that he's had within the UFC.
Considering, again, the Brian Ortega fight happened, and no one talked about that at all, though.
Yeah, and it's like, he definitely didn't show the same, like, ferocity of pace throughout the early rounds that he normally does, but it's not like he had a slow doing nothing pace, and he easily held up for the 5 rounds. Like, he was not gassed, or, you know what I mean? Like, so he definitely does have the cardio to work solidly for 5 rounds, and so, it definitely showed a lot of good things, but just has to really tighten up just the overall like boxing and like footwork and stuff, and just Volk would, but it's just hard too, because that's just Volk shit, you know what I mean? It takes a great, like, someone like Ilya to be able to work through that. Not even Max was able to get it done over 75 minutes, you know what I mean?
No, exactly. Like, with the whole like conversation right now with Diego, round by round, through 26 strikes, through 34, 37, 43, 63, like, he actually threw the most in the back half of the fight. As
round 5,
half,
just
while defending 3-2-1, 3-2 takedowns.
Yeah. And it's like, 5th round, just those points of like hands down, walking forward at him. You know what I mean? Like, definitely just seeing like that bit of frustration, you know what I mean? And it's like, it's always just one of, and I get it too, because it's like, Volk is a fuck, and to like say too of like how tough fucking Volkanovski is. Diego fucking Lopes is tough as fuck. Because Volk was lining up the most perfect power punches that he could possibly land on this dude. And he was fucking, like, you know, had him hurt at a few moments, you know what I mean? Putting on damage. At the end of it, I think it was the right eye, like, almost completely swollen shut. Like, I doubt he could barely see any of that thing. But it's like, to be able to hang in there with, and like, eating all those shots, and to still have the fucking determination to go forward, like, just a dog himself too, you know what I mean?
For sure.
But yeah, just incredible, man. So happy to see that for Volk. And for next, it's got to be Movsar. You got to do Volkanovski versus Movsar. Easily is the number one contender. I know,
and that's what Volk wants.
Yeah, and it's like but it just sucks too because it's like I know that there was the talks of Movsar versus Aaron Pico, and then Movsar was like, I want to wait to see how the title fight plays out, and I just feel like they're gonna be like, okay, well you turn down that fight, so you're not getting a title fight, and so now he's probably just gonna get left out, and I don't really know how it's gonna go, honestly.
We'll see, because
no
the thing
sense,
is,
though. Like, because the thing
Volk
is,
wants that fight though because he knows that he's the rightful next guy. Yep. He doesn't care about that politics shit of, oh, you didn't take the Pico fight, you didn't take this. You know what I mean? He knows what he's done. He knows he's right there.
Yes.
And it's like, yeah, Ilya's out of the division. Max is number 2, but he's out of the division. He just beat Diego. The next one is Movsar.
Yes.
After that, there's Yair,
who he beat.
You beat the shit out of him. You know what I mean? Ortega, who wants to get out of the division, but either way shouldn't be in there anyway. Arnie, none of it makes fucking sense. So I think that even with the, the little politics behind it, because it's Volk holding the belt, that fight's gonna happen.
Yeah, because Volk will definitely tell Dan, like, I want Movsar.
I want to defend. This is who I want to fight. He's ready. Let's get it. Like, I think that'll be the reason.
I think they have more respect for Volk than they dislike Movsar.
The only thing is because, like, I did just see, I listened to like Volk and just like a little clip of like the post-fight press conference or whatever, and that like like I don't even know how it got like brought up or anything, but just saying that it's like that like with Yair and like we'll talk about it, but like got the win, and that it's just like he was like, oh, like if the UFC like wants to give it to him, like I have no problems with that, like I'm not gonna get in like the way of like them doing that. So it's like, bruh. What main event is gonna happen for Guadalajara? What do we have going on for that?
That's fair.
Who can? Yair just got a win. He's a top fighter. That's from Mexican. Volk versus Yair in Guadalajara. That's a giant fucking fight to do there. Like, I know no one's gonna care to see it. Yair's on a 1-fight winning streak. We'll get it. In 3 fights ago now, he got absolutely dismantled by Volk. But I know Volk doesn't care about the politics, but it's still the UFC at the end of the day, and they're gonna go to a big fight and what makes sense for them. You know what I mean? Like, it's like it's just one of those things where it's like I just don't know, because do they want to go to Guadalajara with fucking like Pantoja and Brandon Moreno? Like, are they just gonna sit on not have Pantoja sit out all the way until then, and then I don't they've already fought 3 times. Like, it's just I
don't know what they're planning.
I just wouldn't be surprised if that's what ends up happening.
I just hate that they try to do things because I get it, but at the same time, it's like you can put any fucking main event on that card; it's not gonna fucking matter.
Yeah, it's like if shit lines up and it makes sense, then you do it. But if it doesn't line up, don't force it. That's the thing.
You want to know what lines up better, and at least you can put in the co-main event and still get Yair in there? Is Yair Diego?
Yes. No, 100%.
That's the fight.
But I don't know if they want to do Pantoja Moreno as the title fight to headline it, and then Diego Yair in the co-main.
And I get that, but why? But that's kind of my point. Is why do we need to put that as the main event when we can have any other title fight also potentially be the main event for that? The last noche was Murad versus Sean.
Yeah, but that was in the Sphere, so it's different. That was a big event in a big place. Like, they needed a fight that was going to sell at the top of it. You know what I mean? That's different than going to Mexico. Like, they are more likely to sell out wherever they're going in Guadalajara with a Mexican on top of the bill than a big fight. I feel like.
I don't know. I think it depends.
That's why I'm saying if you have Diego and Yair as the they're on the bill. They are on the poster.
Shouldn't have brought up September 2 earlier. You wouldn't be so caught up on it.
There's too much going on, man. It's hard. That's why it's just that I don't know. I just feel like it's just hard to predict a lot of events and shit like that for the UFC, because shit's just gonna be because certain places they just want to do certain things, but sometimes they don't do those things, so you just never know. You know what I mean?
Which is why I'm let's not focus too much on that aspect of it, because we don't know what they're gonna do.
All I know is that I feel like the most likely thing is that they fuck over Movsar because he just turned down a fight against a debuting UFC fighter.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes for Volk. But I do think, like you said, that what should happen is Diego Yair co-main event or whatever it takes place on the spot. Guadalajara, you fucking have to do that fight. Beefing at the press conference, fucking going at each other and shit.
Yeah.
Yair won his fight. Diego lost. It makes all the sense in the world, and that's gonna be an amazing fight.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So let's go. But yeah, we'll see how all of that plays out at the top of 145. There's a lot of shit to talk about at 145 on this card.
Yes.
But for the co-main, let's kick it up to 155 pounds because
another beautiful performance.
Yeah,
yes.
I feel like the first thing that I have to say about this one is, so obviously Paddy Pimblett just dismantles fucking Michael Chandler, gets the third round TKO. He is now 7-0 in the UFC.
Yep.
I was so confident at a point, guaranteed he loses one of his first 5 UFC fights.
You were.
Never in my life did I think that Paddy Pimblett would go 7-0 and fighting Michael Chandler would have a performance like that. I know in the preview I was just saying that like I felt like Paddy was going to win even though I just didn't see the path to victory. But fuck, bro, he made that shit look easy.
Yeah, he had like the best performance against him.
Yeah.
Like
like
because at least the first round Chandler gave everybody hell, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And then he fell off, but it was like he got the fucking 1 takedown in the first round. Or no, he did get 2 takedowns in the first round, but it's like still when it came to strikes, like Paddy was just piecing him the fuck up.
Yep.
He had less, in total with the 2 out of 3 takedowns, he had 2 minutes and 10 seconds of control time. And when they were on the feet, Paddy was getting him. Because wasn't it after they got up that's when Paddy landed like a big left hook that kind of had him running for a second? Like
I'm pretty sure, that was in the first round, I think.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
But it's like, the significant strikes on it in total, 11-80, 5-16, 5-34, 1-30.
Yeah.
Like
it was crazy that at the end of the first round, Chandler looking tired, going back to his corner, saying that he was tired. At the end of the second round, being like he's so far away. Like I can't get to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Paddy looked fucking big in there. Like his striking, it still looks as awkward as ever for sure. Like you're just seeing him do things, and like I'm just waiting for Chandler to just land the shots on him.
Yeah.
But he just couldn't. Like it's one of those things where it's like the fucking Sedriques thing, you know what I mean? Where you're watching him and you're just like, you do so many things so fucking bad that it's like there's no way you get away with this against the top level guys. But whether if it's just like, because Paddy was saying it like, afterwards that he thinks that other than like John Jones, he has the best fight IQ in the UFC. I don't really know exactly how much, I really think about that, but it's like, I don't know if it's IQ, timing, just like his eyes or whatever, but the dumb shit he does, the higher he's getting in these opponents, he's just looking better. And it's just, it's fucking insane to see, man.
No, and it's like just overall was definitely impressed with just all of it because of all the questions going into it. It's like, just one, like the jokes, but even though it's a joke, it's the truth. Like just their differences outside of fight camp.
Yep.
The way Chandler just be dialed in and Paddy just lets himself go and seemingly doesn't touch the gym outside of a fight camp,
Yeah.
And then the way that it's like, he got Bobby Green out of there real quick. Good for him. But that Tony fight, the way he looks so tired by the third round, it was like, bro, what is he going to look like after, getting wrestled by Chandler in the first round? How is he going to look as the fight goes on? And it's just so crazy that it didn't look like there was any type of drop off, like nothing. He looked ready for that 5-round fight. And that's also really great to see because just, he had a whole lot of hype coming in. Then it kind of fell off a little bit with a couple performances. And
Jared
then
Gordon fight,
it was Jared Gordon
fight.
and then Tony. And then he had the Bobby Green fight. And so it was like, okay, like, there was something there, but, and then just the questions into the Chandler one, because this was, like I said, going into it, unpredictable. But he answered a lot of it because it's just, hard to tell where someone's going to be at when, like I said, they're just obviously so out of it outside of fight camp.
Yep.
He got his shit together.
No,
Looking good at the top.
He did talk about it leading into this one of like him having twins and like just being a dad now that like he's just like, I just like
Gotta
dialing
take care of myself more.
like
That's
dialing it in. So
not only that,
yeah.
but he's coming over to America less. Like doing that, like America, like we do have huge portions and things like that. Like, and so you just get way more calories than you would normally than his normal life.
Yeah.
Like he tended to have blown up a lot more when he was in America than when he's over in Britain, but he does still blow up a little bit in Britain, not as much.
Yeah,
And then
like
also,
I know he definitely said something about like that he gets extra fat when he comes here. Like,
yes. Like that's the thing that I was talking about with my dad was like the last like there was nothing I could do to like gauge where Pimblett was in his last 3 fights. The Jared Gordon fight he should have lost. Tony Ferguson fight he looked terrible in that third round and only was able to get out of that third because Tony was really starting to put it on him. Was Tony trips and he just jumps on top of him right away and just rides out the rest of that round. And then the Paddy Pimblett and then the King Green fight, he kicked out the legs. Green decides to go for a takedown, ill advised, and gets subbed for. Like it's hard to gauge like exactly where he is at with that. This gives me a huge gauge on where he's at because Jesus fucking Christ, he just demolished Chandler.
Yeah. The fucking leg kicks early were super smart to work against Chandler. He had no fucking answer for them. They were just getting fucking pieced up.
Chandler's never had it.
Yeah. The fucking just like in with his hands, man, it's like just so much of it was sloppy, but just landing such good clean shots on Chandler, like just consistently throughout that fight. I know, like you said, Chandler getting the takedowns early, but like once fucking Paddy started to like get his grappling going, so fucking dominant, man. Just being able like it, and it was just so great. I'm pretty sure I forget if he had it was like when he had Mount and just you could see that he knew Chandler's like, I'm just going to explode out of this and go. And as soon as he did, just the fluid fucking transition into the back, getting the hooks in, it was like nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like such clean fucking work. The third round, like that flying knee that he landed on Chandler that got the cut open, really started like the fucking, the beginning of the end. You know what I mean? Just started putting it on him, got him down, the ground and pound in the head, vicious fucking elbows on top, landing 12-6 elbows. Every single time he landed a little back to the headshot, I was like, good for you, Paddy, because that second round, bro, Chandler is fucking like Chandler is so because obviously he gets tired and stuff, but like he always comes back. The Oliveira fight in his last one, he went 5, had a better 5th round. Like I did not expect him to look so tired. Bro, he was looking cooked in the second round. There was one moment like he's just like, doing whatever with his hands, like looking tired. And then he just goes and fucking blasts Paddy with a front kick right to the nuts. And it was like, with me sitting there and being like, he looks tired. And then it's like, bro.
I have never seen a more intentional looking nut shot.
Yeah, man. Like,
never.
And then Paddy's just like, you dirty or you cheating bastard, or whatever he said in the cage. But
Chandler was like, you were coming forward, which but still,
you were coming forward, I'm coming forward,
No, it was. Chandler is a dirty fighter, and good for him. The last 2 fight cards he's been on, he's gotten his ass beat in front of someone he likes in Donald Trump. I'm so glad for him for that.
Yeah, it's really funny. But it just fucking perfect for fucking Paddy Pimblett, man. It was a flawless performance. Like just at the because there was the one point Chandler landed like a pretty clean right hand on him. But eat it well. First round when he had him down, landed a good couple ground and pound shots. At the end of it, Paddy didn't even look like he was in a fight. He was chilling. Yeah. Chandler was cut up, fucking bloody, leaking all over the place. Like
it's hard.
He was right. He was not getting knocked out.
Nope.
He ain't never been knocked out before.
He still has yet to go 5, but I think we're safe to say that he probably could go 5.
Yeah, like this just gave me way more confidence because, like I said, it's like it got finished in the third round, but he didn't look tired. He didn't look like he was about to slow down. Even if he did slow down a little bit by 4 and 5, I don't think it would be such a significant drop off that it's like he's getting dominated now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if it was, it's like those first 3 rounds must have been a hell of a pick at that point.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I wonder because it's like Chandler did just, I don't know what the fuck happened with him and like why he looks so tired in this one. I really don't know, but it's like I do wonder if it's like
in the mix.
Yeah, but I do wonder if it like a Armin or a Charles or a Gaethje, who can fucking like just put it on right from the start, you know what I mean, and like have the cardio to go. I wonder how it does hold up like a bit more in a fight like that, but like you said, way more confident. I don't think he's gonna be fucking like just shitted, you know what I mean, in the third round. Like, I can't fucking even continue to the championship rounds anymore, you know? Like,
The only reason I don't think the Gaethje one would really mean anything would be because he goes for a takedown. Gaethje gives up his back way too fucking often. He jumps on that immediately.
Probably, yeah. So the striking would be good.
The striking would be good, but like the grappling aspect of it, I'd prefer. Yeah, I honestly prefer the Armin fight over the Charles.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I know you were saying that. I've been seeing so many people talk about that, and that to me is absolutely the last fight to go to. I have zero interest in watching that. It's you do Paddy and Oliveira. If you can't get it done, you give Paddy the title shot. I like that. I don't know. Like, I have no interest to see Armin try and do to Paddy what he did to Charles Oliveira, because that's what that fight's gonna be. Like, I just don't, zero interest at all.
Fair enough. Like, I'm not the most like invested in it. I don't want to see the Justin fight at all, really, because of the grappling aspect of the whole thing. So
I get that. I mean, I would like that would at least be more exciting, I feel like, while it lasted. And it's like, it definitely would suck like for Gaethje a lot, because it's like you go out there and get subbed by Paddy, it's like he is just going to retire. But then it's like, at least for the movement of 155, like that's just a fight progression, a new fighter in the rankings. Let's get the mix going. You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
Look, but yeah, it's like Armin and fucking Paddy are our two youngest guys. Like, you brought it up. Yeah. Why? Like, the two youngest guys in the division, like Paddy's 30, Armin's under 30. The only guys that young, like at the top. Why fucking have them fight each other to kill them off? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, so he fights Oliveira. Justin fights for the title. And
Max
we go
versus
from
Dustin,
there.
Armin versus Gamrot.
Armin versus...
And where does that leave Ilya?
Dan Hooker.
UFC Spain. I don't know. Vacant title after fucking Islam beats Gaethje.
True.
He fights for the vacant title against Chandler. Or not Chandler, Oliveira.
Winner.
Yeah.
Charles Paddy winner.
Yeah. Because it's like, the thing that I am just worried about that, because I know just, we're talking about shit. I really do think the 155 title picture is just going to be fucked up for a good period of time, honestly, with just everything that's going on.
It's the Conor curse.
Yep, it's been fucked since 2016, and it's not getting better till 2027, 2028.
But it's been fine with Islam at the top, because like we've had stability when we've had the title, at least. No stability after it. Once Islam got it, we've had stability. Once Islam leaves again, I feel like we're just going back to instability.
But it's like, I mean, even with Habib, like, saying stability, there was a fucking goddamn interim title every year he was champion.
One of them he couldn't help. One of them was a global fucking pandemic.
I'm just saying, that's not stability, brother. And then Islam, fucking 4 title defenses, and 2 of them are a fucking short notice. 1 on a week, 1 on a day.
Okay, that's not his fault either.
I know it's not his fault, but I'm just saying that it's not like it hasn't been good fluid motion. Like, it hasn't been flowing like a fucking regular division should. It hasn't been like 170 pounds. You know what I mean? Like, it hasn't been like it. It's fucked.
It is, but like, Armin
and it's not going to get better in the next couple of years.
It will eventually.
It's not. I've seen the timeline in my head, and it doesn't play out.
Brother, you be wrong about so much. I don't get how you're still so confident in the way you feel.
Because I'm right about a lot of things too.
Just let it play out. Stop, drowning yourself in the sorrows of a fuck division. It's fine.
Ilya will destroy this division.
You're so dramatic.
Moving on. Chandler fights Conor.
I was actually.
I don't know what Chandler does. I don't really care.
Yeah,
him versus Moicano. Let's get it.
I actually like him versus the winner of Benoit Saint-Denis or Joel Alvarez.
Or the winner of Fazeev
Ignacios. Yeah. Any of those fights are fun as hell.
Any one of the fucking monsters coming up. Give Chandler them.
Or Moicano.
Yeah, because that would just be fun. And it would be nice for Moicano to get a big fight like that.
Yeah. Big, easy money fight.
But let's go. Never would have thought we'd be talking about fucking Paddy Oliveira, man.
I know.
Especially for a number one contenders fight. If anything, that should have, like, it was going to be fucking Paddy, like, Oliveira on, like, a fucking 3-4 fight losing streak or something at the bottom of the division. And Paddy, after 10 fights of nobodies, he finally gets that. You know what I mean? Then crazy.
Yeah.
But here we are. Paddy getting his shit together.
Yep. Let's go.
Is what it
Featured bout. Back to 145 pounds. Yair versus Pitbull. This was sad to see, honestly.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like it's so funny too, of like just Dana White in certain things and how he reacts to stuff. Like, how is he gonna sit there and be like, I thought this was a great fight, like I thought this was a good fight, have nothing bad to say, but Arnie Mozart was the worst fight he's ever seen in his life. Like,
Dana
you know what I mean?
He's a promoter. And
I know, but it's just funny. Because it's like this wasn't like, you know, obviously fucking just like on stream, just, you know, just like, oh shit fight, whatever. But it's like it wasn't a terrible Miracle.
Oh
you know,
yeah.
And it's like it wasn't a shit fight, but it was very lackluster for I feel like what it was supposed to be, you know?
No, 100%. Because it was definitely supposed to be better. Like, I think with Patricio, like, and maybe Jimmy, you can like, you've pricing at least 1 to 2 more Patricio Pitbull fights than I have. This reminded me very much of him fighting Sergio Pettis and him just like being very inactive, just not doing anything, not getting in on the inside, not like trying to do things on the outside, just like inactivity.
And with this Sergio Pettis one, just remember thinking it was because he shouldn't have cut down to 135.
Yes, exactly.
But yeah, it definitely was similar.
100%.
Because like when it came to Tapology, I ended up going Yair by decision, and this was kind of why. Was because I was just like, damn, with Yair being one younger, because it's like
5 years younger.
Yeah, because Pitbull is 37, almost 38 years old. It's like he's a great fighter, very well rounded, but he's about to be 38 years old, and he's just so much smaller that I was just like, I wonder if he's gonna have a hard time getting in, and Yair's just gonna kind of like more or less point fight him with kicks and then get a couple shots in and just be out of there, you know, and it's what happened. And because I kind of expected it, I wasn't like too disappointed, you know, because I was like, you know, this was Yair's like real path to victory for sure. But yeah, still lackluster.
Yeah, I guess like I definitely just I for sure expected Pitbull to do a lot more, and it's like you're right, he just was being very inactive. But then it was also for Yair, it's like, bro, you're on a 2-fight losing streak. 2-fight finish losing streak.
Yeah.
We were just like, is he really good? Is he going to come out with like some sort of fire of like he has to win?
Yeah.
That also lacking.
Yeah, like it's fucking, because something of like to bring up with like this fight too, but like bro, the commentary for this card was extra terrible.
Oh my
god.
God.
This is like people have obviously been talking shit on Joe Rogan, whatever, but it's like this is the one where it's like we could really just get away with him now. Like we not like, we don't need him being like, what the fuck, a jumping switch kick? Who does that? Like, bro, it's
Derek Lewis, DC,
like
John Silva. Like,
like he was just so crazy about like on this fucking card of the commentary.
Yeah.
But it's like, I just was really expecting like a lot more from Yair with a much smaller fighter that's not doing much in front of him. That there wasn't like the craziest threat coming back at him other than like a couple of points throughout the fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just, it's solid performance for Yair. He easily won it. Like, you know, had some good moments, landed that was a good 1-2 in the third round that like clipped Patricio and knocked him down. Obviously had the good kicks, like had the good grappling defense at points, but like just like with, you know, talking about in the main event of like, oh, if they decide to like push Yair or something, you know, to like the title fight, this was not a performance that gives me any single fuck to watch him fight Volkanovski again.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean?
Not at all.
And that's why I don't think it like they really like are gonna Although you are right, he didn't say anything like bad about this fight, so maybe they are just doing that so they can push him into the title fight because they don't want to put Movzar there, which is fucking stupid at this point. Like, just give it to him, because guess what? If he loses, you're just gonna be like, all right, you have to fight from 15 up now. Like,
yeah.
So you might as well just do it now instead of wait. But like, also with Patricio, it's like, what even do you do next with Patricio? Like, there's not really like much. Why not? Honestly, fucking why not?
Like, I don't. Like, that's the thing, because it's like, even with this performance, it's like Yair probably is like one of, just stylistically, a harder fight for him in this division. You know what I mean? But it's like, with just how lackluster it is, it's like, I mean, I'm not like, so like, I'll give him like another chance to kind of, like a fight to just kind of see if he can do something. But it's just hard with that, because it's like, he's gonna be 38 soon, so it's like, even another fight, it's like, you're just old now. That it's like, what? Like, it's like, that just wasn't like, it wasn't just even like where Chandler, it's like, okay, if you're not going to get the title or whatever, I don't care, but you're putting on fun, exciting fights. You know what I mean? Like, Patricio's too good, too smart to just go out there and run into punches and get fucked up by people just for the fun of it. You know what I mean? Like, that's not like,
it is. Like, it is what it is. Like, honestly, now I'm really thinking about it. I don't know if they put him against one in the top 15, but if they do, Josh Emmett is another old man.
Sure, I don't want to see him fight Josh Emmett.
Who fights like Michael Chandler, in the sense of a lot of overhands.
I don't know.
It's hard. It's really hard, because like, the other thing I think I said last night was Dan Ige.
You know what you should do? You know what we do it? Give him Bryce Mitchell, right?
No.
Sure.
You know what we do with them?
Why not?
We asked Aldo move back up to 45, and Aldo versus Patricio Pitbull.
I'm fine with that.
I love it.
I'd be okay with that. I kind of like that, honestly. I would totally be okay with that. But yeah, we'll see what he decides to do. I feel like that's going to be the biggest thing, more of like than what the UFC really does. You know what I mean? Like, they'll give him big fights, and like, they know that he has a name that they can work with. So, so yeah, we'll just see what Pitbull decides. But speaking of Bryce Mitchell, let's go on down to this next one, man, because it's the the people's main event for this one.
Yeah,
bruh, Jean Silva fighting Nerds wild card is a fucking legit monster. He is a certified animal now in the top 15 of this division. Should be ranked in the top 10, even though Bryce was like 13 heading into this. You're 12.
He definitely should be above Yusuf Giga and Josh Emmett, 100%. This was just because the guys that he's beaten have been solid, but he hasn't gotten into like that bracket. The best name being Drew Dober, that was up at 155, obviously. So
it was very solid, super short notice too, after getting a win before that. So like, that was very good.
No, for sure. It was like literally 2 weeks later. So it was like great. But I guess just not much for his division, then goes on to beat Melsik Bagdasarian solid, but just whatever. So it's like, here's Bryce Mitchell. And you're just playing with him. No respect to anything. Nothing. People worried about his grappling, and Bryce went 1 for 14 on takedowns, and the only reason Bryce got that takedown was because Silva jumped the ghillie. Bryce was technically outstriking him the first round, but that's because Jean was just playing with him. Like, that's one of those things where numbers don't tell the story, because Bryce was looking frantic and just trying to get in there, try to land shit, while Jean is like laughing in his face and just trying to find some stupid, wacky shit, just some flashy shit, just having fun.
And then like, Bryce was like, obviously, like, because that's the thing too, it's like, Bryce is a fucking good fighter, and like, he did like a lot of good things, like landing good shots with the hands, landing a lot of good kicks to the leg.
Silva just didn't give a shit.
I know, but like, and bro, the fucking, it's like, what, a minute into the first round or something, and Jean Silva just fucking backs himself up all the way onto the cage and just sticks his leg out, and he's like, come on, right here, you want the takedown, right? Like, right here. Like, not shooting a takedown. It was like, bro, the fucking mind games that he fucking played on Bryce Mitchell in this fight. Before it, during it, everything.
Seriously, because it was in the first round when obviously I was like, bro, like he's just not taking him serious. But when Bryce did shoot the takedown and then he went and wrapped up the ninja choke and it would have been dead to rights, and he said, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I was like, he's just playing with him. He's just playing with his food. He's not ready for this yet. Like he doesn't want to end this fight yet. It was just stupid. And then round 2 just picked it up a little bit more and then ended up actually committing to the fucking ninja choke and putting him to sleep. Like beautiful work.
Yeah, man.
It was so good. And like during that first round, he jumps that guillotine, and the first thing I thought was like, I told y'all, he has 2 submissions on his record. First round guillotines, goes for it, and that thing was deep. Like he had that.
Oh yeah. I really thought he was gonna get that at a moment.
And then Bryce gets out, whatever. Then he locks up the ninja choke for like a second, lets it go. They get into the second round. He's still trying to get Bryce to touch gloves. Bryce is just refusing. Immediate just body kick and just like goes on to outstrike him the rest of that round and just beat him up. Bryce goes for the takedown, ninja choke. Bryce taps and then goes to sleep.
Yep.
And
dead to rights on that, man.
It was quick.
Fucking rolling out of it, but that was so tight, like he couldn't even spin out of it,
Nope. And just starts barking over Bryce, runs to one corner, jumps onto the cage.
Yeah, pulling his regional shit.
Yeah.
Bruh, I don't care. I love that he is so just reckless and like wild card because it's just funny.
Yes.
I love personality. I love when people make things fun. Like, why do you want everyone to be boring? Stop hating on it. Oh, he's cringe. He's just having a good time.
I don't get how he's cringe.
Because people hate fun.
Yeah.
They really do.
They especially hate fun from other people that aren't white and American.
They're not their boys. And it's like, bro, let the man hang off the cage and bark. Who gives a shit?
You know what type of person you are. Bryce is your favorite fighter right now.
Yes.
Just saying.
Yeah, because it's like with saying of like, just the mind games, like, before, during, and like, bro, the fact that, because it's like, it's going to be like in one of the pictures in the thumbnail, but like, to just sleep him and then, to just be fucking over him, just like, it's like, bro, the damage is already done. The life is fucking, his soul is gone from his body.
I just realized the fucked up thing is, him and Emmett did the same thing. Just yelling over essentially his corpse. Like, damn.
I mean, at least at this point in time, Jean Silva's got a little bit more of a reason to do it, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But, Bryce Mitchell out here calling him possessed with demons.
Yeah, Bryce was struggling throughout this one, man. He was just really struggling. And I kind of felt bad. It was like I saw like a quote, it was just something of like, he was just like, oh, like, I gave everything I had and like had nothing left. And like, that's where it's just like, I don't know. It's one of those things, man, where it's like, obviously what the fuck he said is stupid. He's a fucking dumbass guy. He's got terrible takes and stuff. Yes. But it's just like, I don't know, for like me as a fucking person, it's like I don't wish fucking harm on him like that. You know what I mean? Like people just being like, oh yeah, like Jean's gonna fucking like I want him to like just go and like really fuck him up or whatever. It's like he doesn't need that shit, man. Like that's not gonna make anything better. And it's like I don't know, like it's because obviously like before all that shit just definitely used to be like a bit of a Bryce fan, and so it's like just him seeing, I was just like damn, like just kind of fucking feel bad for the guy of like that shit's rough. Like he got like just absolutely fucking smash it and even just like you said, just toyed with, like just sad, man. Like that is so fucking rough.
Yeah, that was definitely a rough one in terms of that. Like, thing is with because it's one of those things though where it's also just like it is an unforgiving business. Like that is just what it is as well. So.
Yeah, for sure.
You draw the ire of people.
You cannot have too much humanity in the sport.
Yeah, you draw the ire of the fans for whatever fucking reason. Because the thing is, there are fans who say that shit, and it's like, oh, what did they do? Oh, they're kind of cringe. It's like, at least Bryce is saying things that are like demonstrably bad, and they're not just like he's cringe,
Yeah. Nah, yeah. Yeah, with fucking Jean Silva though, man. Like this was like obviously he's been a fucking star. He's been blowing up. Like he has so much hype. this was such a great performance. It's like
Yep.
this is like you really can like okay start seeing like where the fuck you are exactly at. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And for me, the fight that makes all the sense in the world, you go to him and Arnie Allen, man. That
Yeah.
Arnie's a fucking dog. He's gonna bring a great fight. He's got good grappling. He's got great striking. He's got a lot of good shit. He can hit hard. He can go 5 rounds. Like
Yeah.
he brings a lot of fucking like just tools to the table. That it's like if you can go out there and be fucking playful with Arnie and just fuck him up, like it's like what the fuck are we doing, bro? Like you know what I mean? It like yeah, we're pretty damn close to fucking Jean Silva being a title contender at 145 pounds, honestly.
100%.
Two wins away most.
No, yeah, because I just wanted to double check it because I didn't think so, but it's like he's never been finished too. So if he
Didn't think
goes
so.
out there and like finishes him, it's like, yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
it
yeah,
would be
man,
insane
like-
if he does finish. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 11-2 in the UFC is 2 decision losses are to Max Holloway and fucking Evloev.
Yeah, that's the other part. Is like who Arnie has lost to is like the reason that becomes so fucking impressive is he's only lost to Holloway and Evloev.
Yeah.
Insanity.
Amazing fighters. Like it is no shame in that. But yeah, man, it just absolutely incredible for Jean Silva and for Bryce. It's like I said for if they wanted to do like Pitbull versus Bryce or something, you know what I mean? I'd be fine with like some shit like that. But he, other than that, should be fighting someone outside the rankings for sure.
I think
Yeah.
there are a couple people who deserve their shot. There's like, Steve Garcia, Chepe Mariscal. There's honestly also Pat Sabatini could also be a fight he could get as well.
That'd be a fun one with the grappling, honestly.
No, it would be.
Yeah. See how that plays out and where he goes. Last fight on the pay-per-view portion of the card, though. My fucking boy, the only one that believed in him on this podcast, Dominick Reyes, gets it done. First round knockout over Nikita Krylov. Absolutely sleeps him with that fucking step back pull too. Just incredible. And that was just more or less how that the fight went how I thought it was going to. I definitely thought Nikita was going to be trying to grapple with him and just didn't try to do that at all. Was just kind of running forward at him with big shots, and Dom was just doing pretty good at getting out of the way of it. There was that fucking one head kick that Dom was leaning and fading out of the way of. That, oh my god, I saw the fucking life flash before Dominick Reyes' eyes with that one. Like that was so close.
Yeah.
But other than that, just crisp, clean work for Dominick Reyes to get a very solid knockout to get himself back into the top 10.
Yeah, it really was. Like you said, Nikita just coming forward so fast and just that counter left, boom, dropped him.
The same thing that Connor hit Jose Aldo with, same type of strike that Sean O'Malley hit Aljo with, just that going backwards, just boom, counter straight and just put him to sleep.
No, yeah. And just the time and distance, being because with Connor Jose, it's it was Jose throwing a hook, with Connor at the straight, so it's you're gonna just hit there much faster, you know what I mean? But Nikita was also just coming forward with a straight, just got his head offline and just fucking blasted him, you know what I mean? Just fucking incredible. So happy for Dominick Reyes. 3-fight winning streak now, 3 knockouts in a row. It's just awesome for him to be back. Obviously, the Anthony Smith one was just very sad, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's this was just a very good one. It's just one of those things where it's I know I'm in the camp with everyone of he should have beat John Jones that night when he fought him for the title. He should have been declared the champion. Even with this 3-fight win streak and as impressive as he's looking and as good as it is, I just don't think he's actually it's yes, he's good. He's getting the confidence back, which I feel is the biggest thing. But I don't really know if he actually still has a chin or anything, or if you know what I mean. Those, it's you losing to fucking Jan and Yuri and fucking Ryan Spann. It's those are just big punchers, you know what I mean. So it's not too much of a shame, but it's you're gonna get back into the mix with Yuri and Jamal and fucking
Tulio
and Leo and Magomed. Those motherfuckers are gonna touch your chin. Are you just go down just as bad as you did before? You know what I mean? And I don't really think that he can hang with those guys. I don't know.
You're right.
why the next step is Rakic.
Yeah,
Rakic is yes. So I was gonna say that because Rakic is such a good opponent because he's just technical. He has power, but he is like extremely technical and just tries to stay on the outside. So it'll be really interesting, like how Dominick tries to either engage with that.
Yeah, with because Dom likes to be the counter fighter in a lot of points, but Rakic is probably going to be the counter fighter in a lot of that. So it's like, and because I know, like, as soon as that fight was over, like, and on stream we're just like talking about like, Rakic is the guy, and just like it's just kind of funny that like I don't know afterwards and seeing like people talk about it, that's like the like everyone is just like Dom versus Rakic, and it's just like I don't know, one of those things where it's like just everyone seems to be on the same page. Hopefully we get that, and then it's like if Dom wins, especially by knockout. 4 wins in a row by knockout, because where's Rakic at? Top 5 still?
6.
I don't know.
He is number 6.
Okay. It's like he could easily find himself in a title fight depending on how things play out. I know he said one more in a title fight. I feel like that's the kind of fight that could get him there. Probably doesn't happen, but it
all depends on the performance as well. Because like right now, the thing is, we have the rematch with Poatan and Magomed that needs to happen. Who knows what's going on with Carlos Ulberg? If they're going to give him another fight, they're just going to wait till that one and then give him a title shot. You have Khalil Roundtree versus Jamal Hill going on. Like, Yuri's still just right there.
That's why I feel like if he gets the win over Rakic, because Poatan and Magomed is going to happen. The only person that's there that's a new name is Ulberg, and like so with Dom coming in, it's like his shot from the title was so long ago, and now putting together this streak as to where Yuri, Hill, and Khalil have all fought very recently for a title that they might just end up going to Dom over them because of that, let them put together a little bit more of a streak because Dom is building his.
That's very fair. That's a good point, honestly.
Hey, that's definitely a possibility.
Yeah. So it just great work for Dom. So happy for him. We'll see how it goes. But definitely like the Rakic fight next. Let's go. Didn't mention it, but did get like I know at the start we mentioned that fucking fight of the night. We did get this one. Volk and Diego got that. Performance bonuses went to Jean Silva and Paddy. So good for all of them getting $50,000. Definitely deserved it.
Hell yeah.
On to the prelims. We did have some pretty damn solid fights on the prelims. Which ones do you guys want to get into first? What's cooking your interest,
Bro, Marco Tulio and Tresean Gore, early prelims.
Yes.
That was disgusting.
Yep.
Tresean Gore is way too tough and should not be here.
Yep.
He is too inexperienced, and it's just bad for him. Like he's going into this fight 5-2, obviously leaving it 5-3, but it's like, why are you in the UFC at 3-0? That's so crazy, because what Marco did to him was just fucked up.
Yes.
He ends up getting the second round finish, but that was after putting 127 significant strikes on him within 2 rounds.
Yep.
Tresean got 17 of his own. He did land a couple big ones, but like, bro, that was just fucked up. He got knocked down in the first round. He got knocked down in the second round. He just got an ass.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the knockdown in the second round is when he called it with the jumping front kick into a straight right hand, which commentary again gave too much credit to Julian for. He did not intentionally throw the front kick to get into range for the right hand. I think he threw that full intention of landing that strike, misses it, and lands. It is like, well,
yeah. And just like Marco was just doing obviously very well in there, but it's like just mixing it up. He landed 31% to the body. So with that, like he ended up getting like 40 strikes in there, like, which I'm sure really slowed down Tresean too. Like he just put a whooping on him. That it was crazy.
Way too good for him. Way too devastating. Like you said, and just my exact thoughts too. Just too early. Like you shouldn't be here with that little fights, and it's like you're just fighting a monster and fucking that's just smashing everyone that he fights. And what, he's 14-1 now. I'm pretty sure Marco Tulio. Tulio. It's like, bro, you're fucking 5-2 heading into this. Why are you fighting someone 13-1? That's fucking just cooking everyone he fights. Like, what are we doing here?
Right.
Yeah. That felt very bad for Tresean Gore. Great performance for Tulio, but it's also one of those things where it's like, everyone's like, oh, just he's a problem for the division. It's like, this is Tresean Gore. Like, let's see what
wins are Tresean Gore and
sure.
Ihor Potieria.
Exactly. It's like let's wait and see.
Let's hold off on a second.
Like,
it's 185. There are other names that are honestly. I would like to see him versus Charbullet. Actually, thinking about it, that'd be a fun fight.
Definitely would be fun. And versus RoboCop.
That would also be a fun one. Yeah. He can have a lot of fun fights. I will say that. Like, I'm not going to give him like, oh, he's going to be a problem for the division, but him being a fun fighter in the division, 100%.
Easily, for sure. But yeah, definitely a fucking great shout to go to first. Ginger, what's the first one that you want to bring up? What you want to get to?
All right, so I want to bring this one up because I feel like good about the person who won. Michał Oleksiejczuk, Michał Polish, beating Sedriques Dumas.
Show
the reason
Brazil now.
One of the other reasons I want to bring this up is I saw a lot of people saying, "Oh, this was an early stoppage. Why did they stop this?" It's like because Sedriques was on the ground like this, not doing anything to intelligibly defend himself for like 40 straight shots. That's not intelligent defense. It was a perfectly good stoppage. And also he got dropped with a forearm. What?
Yeah, when they showed the replay, I was like, I didn't think that landed clean. Like,
At first, I thought, no. You want to know what's funny? When he first got dropped, I'm like, did Michał just drop him with his bicep? Like, I thought the bicep is the part that landed.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I definitely. It's like Michał is just a very back and forth fighter.
Yes.
Just got some decent skills, but it just obviously can get just ran over by some real tough guys, But it's like him going into the fighting nerds, you know what I mean? Just cooking for this camp and just being able to get a first round win like that. Awesome for him. Fucking in his corner and like just all the respect to just the fighting nerds team. It was just great to see for him.
Hell yeah, that was awesome.
100%.
Yeah. And I know for me, just like first one to bring up, Dan Ige, Sean Woodson. I was very sad for my boy Sean Woodson. I love him. He's great. He's so fun to watch. He's just built incredible. The fucking height difference and everything in this fight, I was so excited to see, and it was looking so funny for so long.
Yes.
I really because I know we're talking about first round was definitely close, and like I could see like possibly giving it to Ige, you know what I mean? Like I wasn't upset about that. I was favoring like Woodson. At the end of the second round, I kind of thought that was Sean Woodson round 2. Like I thought if anything it was going to be 1-1 going into
I had
the
it
third.
1-1 in my head too.
Dan Ige just cracks him within the fucking third round. Has him. I'm pretty sure it was a left hook that got him hurt.
I thought it was short right.
But
either way,
hurts him, fucking just wobbling all over the place, starts putting it on him, and just I do think that was like a little bit of an early stoppage. You know what I mean? Like they probably should have let Sean Woodson go for a little bit longer, but to find out afterwards that all 3 judges had a 2-0 for Dan Ige heading into the third round, I was extremely surprised to see that. Because I know, like, the commentary, they were just like, oh, that was, like, what if fucking Woodson was up 2-0 and, like, they just had an early stoppage like that? Like, that's what, you know what I mean?
No, it wasn't what if he was up 2-0. They were like, he should be up 2-0. You don't do that. Like, they were dick-sucking Woodson a lot in this fight, too, as well. Like, I will say that.
But it was like, I was like, damn. Just very surprised.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I don't know. After the first round, I was kind of leaning Ige, and then I stopped really like scoring it. Like by the second round, I don't know why, I just didn't really like think to keep up with it. So I don't remember how I felt going into the third round. So it just didn't surprise me much because that's just how I had it. But yeah,
and it just in classic Dan Ige fashion, though, just finding the way to get it done in the not smartest way to fight someone that you possibly could. It fucking frustrates the shit out of me, man. Like
11-8.
How do you fight someone so much taller and longer? You're not kicking the legs consistently. You're not going to the body consistently. You're just on the outside looking for just big fucking shots, and some fucking how he gets it done. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
the weird thing about,
mind-boggling,
I
man.
will say this. The thing about Sean Woodson is he doesn't keep a really high guard. He kind of like invites you to throw to that. And the thing is, he keeps his hands very low and protecting the body for the most part. So it's hard to even get body shots in there because he's always defending the body because he has such good head movement that he's able to get out of the way of most strikes. So he just kind of holds his like guard in a Philly shell type stance, protecting his body.
Yeah. I get it, but it's like it's just crazy to see, you know.
No, yeah,
but,
it is like
good for Danny Gay to defend his spot though. Sean Woodson taking his second pro loss, second UFC loss. He was on a good streak. Sucks just getting this setback, but a couple more fights and he could probably get another opportunity in top 15.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Virna got a UD, securing herself nothing, I would assume.
About to say probably nothing, but give her a fucking title shot, damn it.
She's won herself an opportunity to
against
fight Tatiana Suarez.
Yeah.
That it's so sad that that's probably what's going to happen.
I mean, if Tatiana can't get in there soon enough, though, then they might actually be able to skip that. Just saying.
Maybe.
How do you do anything else?
Or something.
Oh my god.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, good for her, but yeah, just very sad that it's not like wasn't like the most fun performance or anything where it's really just like staking that claim, you know what I mean? I was really like, it just sucks too because it's like she had some great fucking transitions, constantly trying to go for those arm bars, got real close at some point, you know what I mean? But it's like just if she got that sub, that really would have fucking helped her, you know? Just sucks. Young Xiaonan's tough. She good. But yeah, should be number one contender after that, but we'll see how that goes.
Probably not.
And Chase and Jim Miller was definitely I really thought that Chase was gonna kind of run through him, honestly.
Yeah.
Jim, he's good. Tough.
He is, yeah. There's a reason he's been in the UFC this long. He's good.
Yeah. They got pretzeled up with each other so many times where it was like, what's going on with your legs? You know, it's like but yeah, just
say like, biblically accurate jiu-jitsu at one point.
A great way to describe it.
Yep. But yeah, man, it is fucking Chase Hooper. It's just fucking solid, just always looking better, always looking impressive. Obviously, you know, fighting Jim Miller, just an older guy, a veteran, but like just the work on the feet, even though like he didn't get the most, like just easily looking way more comfortable, way more confident on the feet than what he ever has been. It's really nice to see. 8-3 in the UFC now, only because I'm pretty sure, his Steve Garcia, the loss was at 145, so is undefeated at 155 pounds since moving up, doing real good. It is very nice to see.
No, it is. Like, I don't know who he did ask for someone. He said he's tired of being up the old guys.
Yes,
so,
I like that.
I like that as well. Give him someone younger. So that's why you should fight Jared Gordon. I'm just kidding.
Is the true fight to make to see? So do you think that he's like at the point where it's like one or two fights away till like a top 15 opportunity? Like how are you kind of feeling? Because in my head I'm like, do we get him versus Ludwig Klein and see who gets an opportunity against like fucking the winner of Joel and Benoit Saint-Denis or some shit like that? Like do it like how where are we at with Chase Hooper? You know what I mean?
So I think that this was one of those fights where it doesn't help his case. I know that Jim Miller is old, but that doesn't mean that he's easy to finish. You know what I mean? He's been knocked out twice. He's been subbed 3 times.
It's 46 UFC fight.
Right. And I was going to say, and the last time it happened was 2018. Charles Oliveira subbed him. Yeah. So it's like, I'm not going to give him too much shit about not being able to get the finish on him. And he clearly had a certain game plan of what he wanted to do against him. So like, I feel like it just, because it was more grappling and like he obviously wanted to get that going and be able to get a sub, it didn't show off much of his hands, and Jim is a great grappler. So it just, difficult. I think a fight like that would still be fun. I don't think that this was like a setback of like, oh, he shouldn't do it or anything.
Yep.
I think that it would be really fun to see a fight like that, but I just kind of hate it for like whoever loses because, you know, we kind of need those people to move in. But any fight like that where we can just get something good out of it, I think he's right there. He just needs one more, you know, because it's like Slava Claus. He looked fucking great against Slava Claus.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful fight. Obviously, he got Clay Guida out of there, no problem. And then, you know what I mean? So it's like a fight like that. I think he gets a top 15 like chance.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I just think Ludwig Klein should be fighting someone in the top 15 next.
Fair.
I have two names. And that is Mike Davis and Ishmael Bonfim. I think both those are good fights. And I feel like Chase may try to keep the Mike. Like, if it's Mike Davis, I think he tries to keep it on the feet because him and Mike Davis very grapple heavy. But, like, I feel like he has the better hands than Mike Davis. And I would like to see if he actually does.
That's fair. Those two definitely aren't bad. Yeah, I definitely like it. All pretty close to. I feel like Mike Davis
Moises actually might be the best type of step up before top 15 to see if you're there.
I'd be fine with something like that too, because then it's just like we're saying of like, you know, not like Ludovic should probably be having like a step up and just, you know, like we do kind of want them both moving up. So it's like, just a guy in Tiago who's been around forever, but he's not an old guy at all, still like fucking 32 or some shit like that. So it's like,
him or Nasrat.
I like both of those. Those are definitely good. Well, let's go see where Chase Hooper ends up going. But just on a very nice streak. Definitely just those are the most meaningful ones. Juicy J versus Darren Elkins. That was so sad to see.
Sad.
Bro, Darren Elkins has to retire immediately. They looked like they were fighting underwater. That was just, oh my goodness. That was sad.
He really needs to retire. Like he doesn't need to fight anymore. Like that's kind of the thing. Like you don't really have anything else to prove. And you are taking way too much damage for someone of your age.
Yes. But let's go. Very solid card. UFC 314 definitely delivered. Whole lot of good fun. Tapology, absolutely terrible. Kate finally put her picks in for the first time in 3 weeks.
2 weeks.
Well, 2 weeks that you didn't do it. So 3 weeks ago was the last time you did it.
Oh yeah, true.
Yep.
But I won.
Fuck her. Lucky.
Things are back in the rightful order of me in first place, Jimmy in second place, Ginger in third place.
Did we start another 6-week run of second place finishes?
You got lucky. It was 1 second place. It's fine. I'm gonna win next week. Well,
there is nothing next week.
I'm winning that one. So let's go. But it just
no one wins that one.
Just the semis were getting me. I was just off on rounds and ways, you know what I mean? Coming too close without getting the perfect. That overall 9 out of 13 picks right, not too bad. Definitely it was sad losing the last 3 in a row, but hey, it is what it is.
I also lost the last 3 rounds.
Yep.
I just got the 2, yeah. Yep.
Fucking Yair decision.
Ding.
What an idiot. To go Yair decision. Stupid. But let's go. And then the last thing to bring up, we had some draft results. Very sad, very sad. I don't even know what to do anymore. I give up. I went 1-1. I'm now 7-4 overall. There's nothing left for me to show for this year.
I went 1-0.
I give up. Ginger's gonna win this year. It's happening.
I
feel it in my loins.
I'm 9-4 now.
Terrible. Horrible.
I have the most wins.
Kate has the least losses.
She does have the best ratio.
Only Moicano to take an L for her.
Yep.
Well, absolutely horrible.
And he should have won. Well, not that he should have won that fight, but like
he should have. No,
I agree. He should have won. That fight shouldn't have been the fight. It should have been his original fight, not him versus Islam, and he should have won his original fight.
Should have won by second round submission.
No doubt.
No.
Yes.
And then the next card that has anyone is the head-to-head of Ian Gary, Carlos Prates. So Katie is taking
both of them, so I'm going,
a win and a loss.
9-2.
Kate fighting herself.
But I will still have the best ratio, and I will tell you with wins.
Not guaranteed, though. She could walk away with 2 draws or 2 no contests.
That is true.
Possible. She hasn't had some dumb shit like that happen to her, so this would be great for her.
This would be the perfect time, but I just don't think this is the fight, you know?
Probably not. I don't think so either. I don't think some dumb shit's going to happen.
Yeah.
But let's go. We'll see how all of that plays out. But that is everything for this episode of the podcast. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Like and subscribe if you did, and we will catch you previewing, like we said, that great fight night card. Michał taking on Carlos Prates. Let's fucking go. Peace out, everyone.